Bruh, you're such a nerd.
Don't ask me why I stared dead into the camera that whole time.
Perfect. Yeah, he's like, I want to look into the audience's soul.
Your soul.
Well,
What an intro.
hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Already Distracted. Today, it's my episode, and I'm with Taylor and Ben, as always.
Yeah.
So, today's episode is something that I think all of us can relate to, especially with the way collectively our day is going. We're going to be talking about things that make us happy and maybe some rituals we do to calm ourselves down in times of trial and tribulation. This episode is just the happy episode. That's what I'm going to call it. The happy episode. Things that make us happy, whether it be things that you do during the day, hobbies you have, things you do with your kids, because I know both you guys are daddies. And, you know, if you have like a happy memory, that's great too. Anything that makes you happy, especially with, you know, crazy days like today, and just the way the world is now, we need to have things that help us be happy.
I just have to say,
So,
when you said daddies, I want to congratulate Taylor because you could see the restraint on his face. He almost yelled daddy, but he stopped himself and shook his head.
Ben, we must clap for Taylor.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to not be that way on recordings anymore, as often at least.
Your eyes lit up and you were like,
I didn't even realize what I said until afterwards. I'm like, oh no, I set Taylor up. He's going to take it.
So
And then you
badly,
didn't.
But I didn't.
I'm
so proud of you.
I'm proud.
You just be you. And you know what? Hey, if that makes you happy, then dang it, you do it. That's the episode theme.
All right.
I may have just unlocked Pandora's box.
Daddy.
Oh my.
Oh.
Well,
Oh my.
I'm sorry. He told me to do it. I let it out. I'm sorry.
no.
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 So, before we get too far into this crazy episode, do you guys play with cards at all? Like, do you play card games? Do you use any trading cards? Collect any trading cards? Anything like that?
Nope.
I recently learned how to play Magic: The Gathering.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Actually, let me rephrase that. I've always been interested. However, I'm terrified of spending endless amounts of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
I'd agree with you there.
Yeah, I've had to not spend more money on cards. But if you're looking for a way to possibly save some money, see that transition there?
Yeah.
So we have our first, not really official, but kind of unofficial sponsor. These guys I've worked with for a little while now on my other channel, the Dev Let's Go channel. They are called Flygrade. They're an app that's in development as of right now, and they help with trading card grading. Their whole purpose is, like I said earlier, is to try to save you money before you send them off to like PSA or Beckett or whatever to have them graded, because, you know, they can be lost in the mail. They charge you for, you know, for shipping and handling, and then the actual process of grading your cards. What they're trying to do is to take our little friends here, speaking of magic, Benny boy, there we go, some Pokemans. Look at all the Pokemans. You take your phone, you can get it on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You take a picture, you scan it front and back of your card with the phone, and then it'll give you an estimated grade. It'll also, this is a new feature, it'll also tell you how much that particular card is worth through email. They're fairly cheap. You just buy credits, you take pictures, and that's it. It's really simple. They're really nice. I've talked to the CEO multiple times. He's a very nice guy. So go give Flygrade a try if you're a huge trading card guy like I am, or if you're someone that's like Ben, just brand new to doing it. They're a great way to start without breaking the bank. They're not paying us anything. Just trying to help them out a little bit because they're very nice, and hopefully they will be a sponsor, an official sponsor one day for our fun nerdy things. Ad is over. You gotta be smart though. Like another friend of ours, which hopefully he'll be on an episode one of these days. He has a couple decks. Like he has one poison deck that just basically kills you slowly over time.
Is that dear Gabby?
It's Gavi.
We're gonna have Gabby on sometime soon.
Oh yes, we have a specific episode in mind for that young lad. He's great. You guys will like him. But we won't give that away just yet.
No.
What do you guys like to do as like a hobby that's just something that just helps you kind of mellow out, chill, make you happy?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, all the Destiny memorabilia in the back.
Actually, I'm
Okay.
pointing to the 3D printer.
Oh, I was like, yeah.
Well, and Destiny. I'd say Rainbow, but that doesn't calm me down. It just pisses me off.
As it does most
Unless
people,
we
I
have
think.
games like we did last night with Downright Dirty and Goobins, that was so fun.
Hilarious.
That's usually how it is with Riot and Pants as well. But last night, that was just like goof all over the place.
Pretty
Just goofing
pretty cooked.
everywhere.
A nice cooked Rainbow Six session.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
It was super
Have you
fun.
been printing anything cool lately, Taylor?
Show us
1, 2, or 3, or do you just want to see them all?
all of the above.
Okay, so
Do
I'm
it.
doing some dice towers for my current D&D group. We have this for our druid.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Now this one doesn't make sense to the character. If you know him as a person, you just know that this is the perfect dice tower. He
Sweet.
loves
Dwarf.
dwarves.
I
Even
need
though
you to
he's
throw
a
me.
cleric dragonborn in our current campaign, however, I thought he'd like that. And then I couldn't find anything for a monk, so he's got the worm tower.
Whoa,
Nice.
that is sweet.
Yeah.
No, it's so cool
That's
looking.
like the Dune.
It is.
popcorn
Both of them are
bucket.
dice towers. So
That's cool.
there you go. And
So
then
then
I've
what's
got
your
two more. I'll be printing this week.
Heck yeah. So then, what's your favorite part of like the 3D printing? Like, is it just watching it just work, or is it just the ending result of like what it looks like at
So,
the end? Like, what's your favorite
For
thing?
the string printer, I kid you not, I could sit there and just watch for hours. It is just I don't know how to describe it, but something about just watching that motor go just tickles my brain. As for the resin printer, that one's more of like at the end, it's like, wow, that's so cool. I have a machine that made that. So that's just fun. And then I just have been printing tons of collectibles and everything on the resin printer. So,
Dang.
yeah.
Nice.
And then,
Very
yeah,
nice.
the other thing that I do to unwind would be all the Destiny memorabilia. So,
Gee, Taylor
Except
and
for-
Destiny, who would have guessed?
not anybody who wanted to play Destiny in the last 3 months. That's for sure. Because I haven't touched
like-
it since November.
He's like,
Yeah.
they've all forgotten about me.
To be fair, though, it's because the newest DLC got pushed back, so the season is twice as long as normal. So I'll be getting back into it probably this month to do all the seasonal stuff and then the event stuff that's happening. And so, yeah.
You, good sir Ben, what do you like to do to relax?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't heard the word relaxation in 30 years.
I think you mean 8 months when your baby was born.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, how old are you?
He ain't 30, that's for sure.
Wow, he was tired before he was born.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I'm sure I was too.
I would say, I don't know. Recently, I've been thinking about like relaxing. I haven't really done anything, which is kind of sad. I mean, we're going on vacation tomorrow. That's relaxing, but
nice.
I'm trying to
There
think
you
of
go.
hobbies. Like, I don't know. I think
Even if you don't do them now, like maybe things that you've even done in the past would work too.
I would say like, what's the word? Graphic design is something I like to do.
Oh, that's fun. I enjoy graphic
Well,
design.
you do our
I suck
thumbnails,
at it,
and they
yeah.
are the thumbnails are great. Every time you touch them, they're just great.
Yeah. Actually, sounds weird. I find it relaxing reading my textbooks and learning. Like, yeah. Homework is my game. Knowledge is my name. Any of you seen, like, Dr. Pimple Popper?
Oh, no.
Oh, my wife likes
Yes.
that.
She has
Oh.
a TV show that my wife and I watch, and it's amazing.
It surprises me not at all that your wife is into that.
Well, she's a nurse, so.
Yeah,
Have you seen that toy? That's like a pimple popper toy. Like it's like skin,
Yes.
like a fake skin, but then you like pull the pimples out or whatever.
Low-key, I want that toy.
You ready for a side tangent about Ben's wife?
That depends.
So, for those of you
Careful.
that don't know, she's my sister, obviously, for everyone who knows, obviously, for everyone who didn't know, there you go. Ben's my brother-in-law. In high school, when I was in high school, she used to want to always pop the zits that appeared on me. All of us, any of her siblings, she loved popping zits.
I really feel like that's a female thing because I've
So
almost
does my
every
mom, though,
woman I
so-
know.
So that's why Dr. Pimple Popper does not surprise me that she likes that. But I also know she doesn't listen to these, so if she ever does and gets upset, tell her to come at me, not you.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say us. I just have to add, I do play a lot of games. Maybe sometimes too much, but
Same.
I mean,
Hey, games have always been one of mine. Best
However,
way to relax.
I am gonna go like head deep into this new season of Rainbow and just do ranked the entire time.
I've been thinking about it, Ben. I might join you.
Yeah.
I might. Until I hate myself enough that I uninstall Rainbow for another 6 months.
When my PC's built, you guys are gonna have to coach me because I have not.
You
touched
can't
Rainbow
play
6
ranked
since
till
it
you're
came
level
out.
50, so
We'll help you out.
I know. I was gonna say because I'm
we'll get you there though.
starting from the bottom.
Maybe we'll do a couple episodes on. Maybe we'll do a journey on the gaming channel, the journey to gold, and then we'll never get there because we suck at Rainbow, and the series will just never end.
Dev's horrendous journey through Rainbow Six.
But what I was gonna say is another thing that dawned on me when Ben said graphic design that I like to do to relax. It has nothing to do with graphic design, but I've really found that I enjoy. So I play a lot of D&D, and I
Oh,
recently
yes.
have started DMing a campaign with Ben and my brother, a couple friends, and then Ben's wife.
You're welcome for those
And,
date scenes, by the way.
Ugh, I hate you. However, I found myself sitting down and writing different lore tabs out during the week between sessions that they can find. You guys haven't found any of them yet, but I have found I quite enjoy writing in my own little world. I don't think I'd ever write a book, but like
Just fun
quite
little
enjoy
writing
that.
projects.
Yeah, and then obviously character creation and stuff in D&D. I love it.
Yeah.
Every single character I make for a campaign has like an actual fledged out, fully done backstory that my players can learn if they really want to delve into it. So,
Yeah, I tried to have that happen last session.
yeah, no, you didn't.
Tell the audience, Taylor. Of
You tried to make me play a date out with one of our players.
Yeah, 2 dates actually happened.
Yeah,
Do
it
tell.
was
Tell me more.
Right.
real
Well,
weird.
Tell them.
For some reason, Ben's chaotic neutral character started setting people up on dates. And it was
Okay.
always a player and an NPC, so I had to play every scene out in a different character. And, thanks so much, Ben. I really
Okay.
appreciated that one.
Reasoning behind that, I'll tell you. My character doesn't understand what relationships are. And so
That's true.
I won't go into detail because some of the people in the campaign listened, but I was like, oh, this team is only strong as the weakest person. Who needs to be with someone? And then that was his reasoning behind. And
Who
he
needs
thought,
to be with someone?
yeah. He's like, relationship strength and morale. You need a morale boost.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
I
That's
mean,
funny.
one of our players got laid, so I guess it worked out. I didn't play that out, though.
Oh, speaking of dragons, side tangent, but not
Who
really
said
because it
anything
totally
about
works.
dragons?
Well, Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, yeah, fair.
That's where my brain's
Start
going.
singing sexy music. Oh, speaking of dragons,
Not that kind of dragons. No.
the dragon
I-
masseuse.
I found my fancy dragon mug.
Oh,
Finally.
whoa.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
dope.
Yeah. You guys might be able to see that. But yeah, it's got dragons carved into it.
That's
That's
super
cool.
cool.
It's my mug I use when I need a drink during D&D. I also partake in. Pinky up. Anyway.
That's my mug. You guys can't see it, but
You're right, we can't. Mine's in the kitchen, so I'm not going to go get it, but maybe I'll remember some other time. It's just a +5 sarcasm mug.
Be a lot cooler if you did. No, just kidding.
I know
Right?
that mug.
No.
He's like, fine.
Oh,
I
wait,
also
do
have one
a
that
mug.
says "Have a nice day," and then when I sip out of it, it just gives you the middle finger. It's my favorite.
I need
love
one.
that mug.
I'm showing the camera my
I
mug.
need one.
It's a Star Wars one.
Wow,
Ooh.
that mug is so awesome. I love
Star
the
Wars.
cool Star Wars design on it.
It has all my pens in it.
Ah.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't filled mine with pens. That's usually what's in
Yeah,
mine too.
Ben's
if I'm
cam
not
wasn't
actually
working
using
out
it.
today, so me and Devin can't actually see his cam.
Yeah.
The one he's recording with, so you guys can see, but we can't see it.
So I mean, Ben
You
could be
got the
flipping
thumbs
me
up
off.
again.
How do you?
Oh, I did. Oh,
That's so
my
cool.
Mac is being funny again. And soon I'll have a PC. I won't just be an Apple boy. Taylor's gonna help me
Yeah.
build a PC.
We
Stay
wanna-
tuned for that.
Good luck next weekend.
Next weekend. I'm just waiting for one SSD drive. Just one. Everything else is here. Everything.
Ooh.
Even the case.
Heck yeah,
So.
it's gonna be super fun. That's
Actually,
something I love
I was
doing.
about to say that's a hobby of mine. That relaxes me.
PC.
Building
build it.
PCs. Oh yeah.
I've never built one, but I'm excited to learn.
Yeah.
So this will be good. At least not one like this. Like I built an old one for like computer class, like an old Dell, like not a gaming, but just like a, like a office
Yeah.
computer that was pretty much already assembled. So
I mean,
I'm excited.
it's. I don't know. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor, but it's honestly not difficult. Like it's not hard to understand.
No,
Like
they literally design it so that the wire heads cannot go in the wrong port. Like
yeah.
you
That's
have to
good,
be
'cause I'm
really
special.
forcing things to plug things in wrong. And if you have to force it that hard, it's not the right port.
Yeah.
It's not the right. It's like stop forcing
Also-
it.
It just won't go in. It's like, well, that's because you're plugging it in the wrong spot.
Please.
That's what she said.
Oh.
There it is.
Please clean out your PC every month.
Oh, I plan to. I plan
Please,
to.
I
There's
beg you, Devin.
I won't say the person's name, but I helped them clean out their PC and their computer fan you couldn't see because there's so much hair and dust.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I went, how has this not caught on fire? They're like, I don't
Thanks for
know.
reminding me. I need to go get more canned air and clean mine out again.
I was gonna say
Don't-
I have a couple
don't
of bottles
vacuum.
just for that.
Do not use a vacuum.
Please
No.
don't vacuum your PC.
And if you touch your motherboard and it sparks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Try
no,
and get-
I.
Take socks off. You might as well just assemble it naked.
Just on hardwood floors without any socks.
No,
and then
no.
just don't touch your hair with your hand that you're doing the PC with.
Taylor, you have to be naked when you build your first PC. Remember? That's part of the rule.
Devin, please don't get naked in front of my children.
Do I?
Time out.
Do I have to sign a waiver to build a PC? I didn't think that was part of the deal.
He's coming over to my house,
Oh, yeah.
and we're gonna build this PC.
Don't do that.
Please
Come in.
don't
Hi,
get
everybody.
naked.
I'm ready.
Please don't get naked in front of my children.
No, I don't want to go to jail. That's icky. Ugh.
I don't want you to go to jail either, but
I'll do what I must.
I will. If you strip in front
I
of
know
my
what I
kids.
have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
That's what makes me happy. Building PC. No. Time out.
No.
I'm not building PC. I'm just trying to time.
Are you sure? Because it sounded like you were saying stripping in front of children makes you happy. You might have to bleep that.
I'm just gonna cancel myself.
No.
This podcast, doing this podcast, that's what makes me
No.
happy. That was so
What I
freaking
meant-
funny.
It
I
is
was trying to
definitely a
tie it.
highlight.
I was trying to tie it back.
That was
bad timing.
probably the worst timing to try and tie that back in.
Don't you dare make that a short. I swear.
Yes. Oh my gosh, make that a short.
Can I please put it in the episode, please?
I don't know.
I'll
Will we get
make
in
it-
trouble for it.
No, I'll make sure you don't look like a pedophile. I
For the
promise.
official record, I was saying building PCs is what makes me happy.
Devin,
I was trying to move away from the. Yes.
just put a Mario head over Ben's face when he says it. If you know, you know.
Pablo.
No.
breathe.
You
too.
I'm too tired.
You
and sick.
You two make me happy. Oh,
Yeah, this podcast,
Hanna-Barbera.
recording it, is always a highlight of my week.
Yeah.
same. Every week I look
I
forward
look
to doing
forward
this with
to
you
it.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
And even talking to you guys, like talking to you guys online, like all the comments that we've been
yeah.
getting, like we love reading them. We always try to respond. It's kind of a relaxer to me because I like we all need that thing that helps us kind of wind down, relax, or in our case, laugh like a bunch of morons over.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist. I did just finish it, but that one I watched that to unwind.
That's a good
That was
one.
a good show. Finally finished it, so now we can actually talk about it. But see, I'm not a big like TV or movie watcher. Like usually, if I have downtime, I come play a game. But when I don't, I'll watch whatever show I'm on. And so it took me like 3 months to get through the show. But that's just because I don't watch very often. Every time I watched, it was like 4 or 5 episodes at a time. But
It's a good one.
Oh,
it was
Yeah,
really
one
good.
of- one of my favorite things is like I love to dig through my movie collection and I find like an old movie that I haven't seen in forever,
I feel that.
and then I'll sit down, I'll get a nice cold drink, I'll go to the store and get one of my favorite snacks specifically for this, and I will sit there with no interruptions. I'll even put my phone on silent, and I'll just, if I know there's nothing going on that day, and I'll just
So nice. You know what movie I recently rewatched that I hadn't seen since I was like 12?
what's
Brave
that?
Little Toaster.
Shanghai Noon.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, that's been a while for me too, actually.
That
That's a good
movie
one.
is so good.
It was on the podcast.
You said what?
kept
You
trying
said
to
wet
quote
shirt
it.
no break, not piss shirt Ben Bar.
Oh,
Oh, it's
I was-
such a good movie.
I've been thinking, happiness. Right, I'm about to go on a tangent,
that's okay.
but
Podcast name.
it almost
Yeah.
seems very fleeting. I kind of guess we mentioned this on like the video game community episode, but happiness is almost become a foreign concept. One thing that's ruined it has been like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, right? Because
Yeah.
you are constantly getting, when using your phone, those 6 seconds, a short burst of dopamine and endorphins over and over and over again. And then when you stop, you think, oh, I'm depressed, I'm sad. That's not true. You've reached baseline and you're exhausted. So that
Yeah.
creates that addiction. And then everything's become super competitive too. It's
That is true.
That is part of the reason. Sorry, cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say that's one reason why I know it can be a tool for good, but I usually stay off social media because it's almost a tool of competition. And then
Yeah.
it just goes into this, like, oh, what makes me happy? I need it now, now, now. And I found the things that make me the most happy are the things you have to work for and are long lasting. Like,
And
Yeah.
on the competition thing, like what I was gonna say is I think that's one of the reasons I enjoyed that so much last night.
yeah,
Is because we were still trying to win, but it like we weren't expecting to. We weren't like trying crazy hard. We were just having fun, and it was just so fun again. And it's just like
Yeah.
we go through these cycles in like games, like you were saying, you want to get super into ranked, which is great and all, but we go through these cycles of getting super into games, and then we're burned out, and then we play it in just a goofy way, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's really fun. I forgot about how fun that could be because I've been sweating so hard in this game for months.
yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
just
I think everyone needs to learn to like just unplug every once in a while.
yeah.
Or even if not even necessarily unplug, so like, playing a game, but just play it for fun. Doesn't
think
always
everyone
have to
just
be a
needs to-
competition.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone just needs to get that in their brain. And this doesn't just apply to video games, it applies to anything in life.
Everything. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a competition.
I will admit, competitive nature is healthy to a point, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It promotes growth and stuff, but when you have to accentuate the positive in things to find that happiness.
Positivity.
And it's just one of those things, like, for example, I would say the majority of people if you took them to like, let's just say like a meadow in the forest, unplugged from everything, like a nice summer day, cool breeze, you listening to the birds, and there's like a lake or something. Majority of people, I feel like it's calm and relaxing, right?
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
it's or the ocean, right? So it's, why is that? Why does that bring relaxation? Why does that bring happiness?
I feel like it's almost like a base instinct, like from, like our primal instincts kicking in. Because I feel like that's always been a thing. Because like I've even caught, like, when I lived at my own house, or my old house a while ago, we had a lab, and she would sit there and just stare at the water. Because we had a little pond
There's
in the backyard.
something about water.
Water's calming.
It's so calming.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
my
know.
guess.
I think
primal
I
thing.
think just like maybe I don't know. For me at least, like the sound. Like I hate swimming in the ocean. Too salty. I don't like
Yeah.
it. However,
Sea monsters.
I could lay on the beach and take a nap. Because I can just close my eyes and I listen to the sound of the ocean and my brain just like shuts off and all I hear is just the sound of the ocean. And
Yeah.
that's it.
That's nice.
That's it. And it just shuts everything off and it's so wonderful. and
Not to
relaxing.
get too philosophical, but the moment from creation, like human creation, I'm talking about individual. There gets to a point where the first thing you hear is your mother's heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
And it's that constant kind of white noise, and then eventually you'll hear her talking, and then other people talking, and I think that's why it helps. I know it helps when you're trying to sleep. You have white noise because that's what you're used to. But I guess is when you're out in nature, you're listening to the heartbeat of the earth, right? It's not just quiet. The ocean, you're hearing that. It's that connection, because I feel like everyone, to find that happiness, wants to feel special, but a fact of life is nobody's really that special.
If everyone was special, is anybody really special?
Yeah, Incredibles, beautiful
Yup.
job at describing that. But
Look at my participation trophy. I'm alive.
just
Yeah.
because it's like, what am I trying to say is, find things that are special to you. That's what brings
Yeah.
happiness. If you think you're the shiz and the best in the world and you're the only special person, it's going to be a tough life. But if you find things that are special to you, especially connections with other people, I think that's what brings happiness.
You want to feel happy? Make someone else feel special.
That does make me happy. Whenever I can make someone else smile, that always feels so good.
It does.
Just make someone happy, even if they're having a crappy day, especially, and then like I tell a joke, or I give them like a snack or something, something
cookie saved
simple,
my
and
life.
it just I gave him a giant molten lava cake cookie. Thank you, Crumble.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But like legitimately, like help someone, make them feel happy or feel special. You'll feel 20 times better about yourself. You'll feel happy.
service is a good thing.
It's the great paradox of life. It's kind of I think, like, one of the best cures for sadness is serving someone else.
Absolutely.
But
I agree.
I kind of talked to a friend about this, where I asked them the question, like, why are people so afraid to be left alone with their own thoughts, kind of a thing. And my theory is you're forced to talk to a stranger because not a lot of people know themselves truly. You know of yourself, but do you know yourself? And being left alone with those thoughts is you have to face those intrusive thoughts. You have to face things you don't like, or it's usually you reflect a lot. So I feel like happiness can grow when you recognize who you are and then working on that. Like, try this. Go to a mirror, exercise for everyone. It's going to feel
Do it at home.
super awkward. You go to a mirror and you look at yourself for 5 minutes and you write down what you see and how you feel. And if it's awkward, good, and you just force yourself. Just thoughts, feelings. By the end of it, you'll be able to tell how you feel about yourself and what your relationship is like. And
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like just that can also stem from now that I know who I am, what makes me happy.
Ben, you're so smart sometimes it terrifies me.
This is why I like having Ben on, is because he's going into psychology and he can always bring a different field, a different point of view that I've never thought of before.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
No, yeah.
it's just
I was kind of hoping you'd have some good insights on this episode because everyone views happiness in such a different way. But,
and I think
I like it.
there has to be an understanding of happiness and joy.
Yeah.
For example, doing cocaine is fun and it can make someone happy for a short amount of time. Getting
No.
right? It's fun.
To be clear, we are not advocating to go do cocaine. I just want to throw that out
Yes.
Oh, we're not?
Just like we're advocating
there. Bad Devin.
keep clothes on in front of children.
Yes.
But
Yeah, please don't do that.
Look, if you
Don't
take
be
nothing
icky.
else from this podcast, take this. Don't do cocaine.
Don't be.
And don't strip in front of children, okay? Bare minimum. Please.
Please, we beg you. No.
Please don't. Right, there's short-term happiness, right? But I think joy, that lasting happiness, like as human beings, we are a gregarious species. We need socialization to live.
Yeah.
It's all primates have that.
100%. We're pack animals.
Yeah. So I think that interaction, we have this innate sense to belong. What drives us is we want to belong somewhere, right? It's even when you're people who are alone, they want to belong to themselves, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that sense of community, but I think joyful happiness is happiness that lasts. You find that in relationships. For some people, it's like a good career. For example, what makes me happy is my family.
Same.
You could say
Yeah.
that.
I agree.
I could assume all of you guys like your best friends, your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
100%.
Oh, yeah. I can talk to her about anything.
Same.
Exactly. It's confiding in each other, that joy, happiness.
Yeah.
I mentioned I don't have really a lot of hobbies. Well, family isn't a hobby. It's like a lifestyle. That ultimately brings the joy, happiness. So it's just people are trying to find that joy, and I think it's very easily to get distracted with short-term happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's what causes a lot of addictions.
Yeah.
Short-term
What's
happiness. You need to get that quick hit that, and that's part of the reason that Reels and like TikToks are so big is because you get that, as you said earlier, you get that quick dopamine hit, but then that becomes the standard for your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the result of that is you now find it harder to get happy in other situations where you have to actually put forth effort and not just go swipe, swipe,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be able to separate those two because, do I like to look at a funny every once in a while? Of course. But I'm happiest, when I get to go home and, you guys, see my wife, see how she's doing, go do something fun together.
Yeah.
But that definitely has more of a longer lasting impact than, what Taylor's doing,
absolutely.
haha, funny dog, funny cat, already distracted, funny. See?
See, we're hilarious.
Shameless,
We're
I'm
quick
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but
yeah, but it's true.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like when I get home and my wife's in a good mood and we chat, hang out for a second, and actually just talk to each other, it's nice. It changes the whole. I could be having a bad day. It will change the whole course of my day. If she's just in a good mood and happy to see me, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And then for all of you who aren't married or in serious relationships out there, find connection.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It doesn't even have to
Don't
be
wait.
like a dating connection. It can be like
Yeah.
a good friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
find a connection that works for you and someone that you care to help and that cares to help you back. And that'll do it.
Yeah.
Just find
It's-
companionship in some way, shape, or form.
Something.
I think that's a reason why we keep going back to video games, and I'm sure people are like, oh
Oh,
my gosh.
yeah. It's my entire social life right now just because,
Games.
work and then I come home from work and I have to take care of kids, which is fine. I love hanging out with my kids,
Yeah.
but it just means I can't go out and do things with other people.
Yeah.
So then once they're asleep and I have time, I always find myself sitting down to play a game. And there's lots of single player games I want to play, but if I see other people that I enjoy gaming with are on, 10 out of 10 times I'm going to hop on that game with them. To just get that social aspect in the day.
I'm an advocate for gaming. It's a great social thing. Like what we mentioned earlier, like we've talked about, bad social groups on, like online gaming and things, but there's a lot of some of the greatest friends I've ever seen and some of the best friends I've had are people that I've talked to on just online, just playing a game. And even coworkers. I mean, you just never know. But yeah, I like that. Find today's lesson, be happy and find a connection, as well as the other silly things we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
And I think, speaking of happiness, it's also important to make a mention of depression,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Like, no matter who you are in your life, you're going to feel depressed.
At least once.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen a couple days, but there are people where it, in the brain, doesn't produce enough serotonin. And if you know someone struggling with depression, never tell them just to be happy.
Oh gosh, please, for the love
That's
of
like
everything, don't say
Someone
that.
in the middle of asthma attack, just breathe.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
It's where you can still find happiness with like mental illnesses or personality
You absolutely
disorders.
can.
But don't be prideful and get the help that you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Get professional help, but if you ever just need to talk, DM us.
Yeah.
We're happy to talk.
Yeah. We talk to each other. Like me and Taylor, we talk
Yeah.
to each other all the time about random things. And, even if it's just something simple, like there are some things that can just eat at you. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, professional or
Yeah.
otherwise.
And I'm not going to claim anything that we're like professionals or anything.
it's one of those things where it's just I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, just reaching. No, just reaching out. It's a real struggle
is.
that some people have,
And if,
right?
if you have a friend who seems to be turning in on themselves, you don't need to push, but just say something. Talk to them. Let them know you're there for them.
Yeah.
Because
Go
ahead.
go ahead. My bad. No.
I was just going to say, I've had friends who have been suicidal before, and sometimes that's all it takes. Is just, hey, how are you doing? Like, hey, man, do you want to go hang out or do something? A lot of times it's because you feel alone. I've been there myself. And, like, the second someone is like, hey, I care about you in some way, shape, or form, it helps. It just reach out.
Absolutely.
It's also, I remembered I was going to say, it's a lesson. Just be kind to other people. You are going through
Absolutely.
crap. They are going through crap. Like,
And Sorry.
what were you going to say?
we keep cutting each other out. I was going to say, don't compare each other's crap, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a trap you can fall into pretty easy, too.
Yeah. I'm also going to stand on a little bit of a soapbox. I'm sorry.
Do it. Get up
If
on
I'm
your
taking
soapbox.
control of this episode.
No, this is
Yeah.
good. Hey, discussion's good. That's why I was kind of hoping something like this would happen, because...
Devin was hinging on Ben this week.
it's been such a crazy
How to
week,
get
and I'm
Ben
like,
talking.
I just know you guys both of you always have good things to add, and I'm like, I hope they have some good
Yeah.
thoughts, because man, this week has been hectic.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad.
So,
okay.
continue.
Soapbox time. No. Two things. One, understand the difference. In order to find happiness, know what empathy is. If someone's telling you about a hard time, 2 words you should never say are at least. I lost my job. Well, at least your house is still there.
Let them
Oh,
talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of times
Listening. Active
people just
listening.
need an ear to listen. A lot of the times if you're just willing to listen to someone, they will talk about it so much that they figure it out on their own.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they
that's true.
just need an ear to listen.
True that.
Yeah.
Another thing. I want to hear Ben's pet peeve about things you go through.
Yeah.
Do it.
to all those people out there, stop wearing your trials as a badge of honor. Just stop. What I mean by that is what's happened to you doesn't define you. It may have been a tool into refining who you are as a person, but stop wearing it as a badge. You can use it to help other people. For example, let's say, I don't know, I can get pretty serious, but I'll think of, let's say Timmy broke his leg.
Timmy.
Okay.
Timmy.
Yeah. Okay, Timmy goes to play soccer. His friends ask him, oh, I can't, I broke my leg, so it's healed now, but because I broke it, I'm not going to play soccer with you guys. Or going around, oh yeah, I broke my leg, I can't do this, I can't do that. There's things in your life, even emotional trials, that you get help with. Don't wear it as a badge of honor, but recognize it as something that helps you improve. Don't use it as an excuse to go on. Now, there are examples where, for example, of like situations that are abusive or stuff, there is PTSD, there is trauma, and that is a valid, I can't do that. But going around like that, wearing it as a badge of honor, this is what defines me. That's happiness. Realize who you are, get the help you need, and then use those trials as a way to recognize what your identity is because of them. So you go over something traumatic, don't let it define you. There are side effects, but use the lessons you learn. Because when you wear, end of my soapbox, when you wear them as a badge of honor, honestly, it's just hurting you in the end. You're not the first, and you're not the last. You're going to be just fine.
Yeah, you're just hindering yourself. It's like someone, like you said with the leg breaking thing, it's like if you broke your leg and then after it was healed, you stayed on crutches.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You're
got to
not
be able to grow.
Yeah, you're not letting yourself heal completely. You're holding yourself in a perpetual state of injury, and a lot of the times just for attention. Not always, but
Yes.
a lot of the times that's what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, just there's no need to do that. Learn from what happened and move forward. Better
and I mean-
yourself because of it.
And I mean, everyone has trauma and things that, happen to them in life, like what Ben mentioned with, like, PTSD or, anything like that. It's finding the strength to grow from those things. Like, when my dad passed away not too long ago, yeah, it still hurts. There's a lot of days that I wish there were, things were different. But if I sat here and gave up and just did nothing to improve my state or help my mom or my wife, because we were all very close to him, of course, you can't sit and just dwell on that. And you can't use that as an excuse to not move forward. Moving forward is a very important step that I know everyone can reach, and that's why we mention therapy all the time, because therapy can sometimes help you get past that barrier to
Therapy's a beautiful thing.
get there.
Beautiful thing.
Please.
Advocates.
Please go.
Wow. That got really deep and insightful. I like it.
Just to be clear, we aren't professionals. These are just our thoughts and opinions on the situations.
Soon.
Take what we say with a
Soon
grain.
I'll be a professional.
Grain of
Ben's
salt.
almost a professional. Me and Devin, not even close. But
Once I come back with my PhD.
yeah.
So if you disagree, yell at him. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
So I'm getting notes for my producer. That's why I'm on my phone.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yes. Okay. My amazing producer / my best friend, she mentioned something. She does listen to our podcast. She's just behind the curtain.
Thank you. My wife does too. I mean, my producer.
She said also one thing about trials, like talking about them. When someone says they've been through something worse and downplay someone else's trial because it's not that bad.
That's what I mean by comparing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
The-
Just let them talk about it for a minute.
Yeah.
If someone
Yeah,
is
like,
reaching out
oh,
to
like-
talk about something they're going through, they're not trying to get you to tell them, oh, that's dumb. They're trying to get you to go, oh, well, tell me about it.
Like,
They just
my
want to
car,
hear.
my car broke down. Well, back in my day, we used to run and jump in the snow 10 feet high with no shoes and
And then walk to school uphill both ways.
both ways in a
I hate
blizzard.
that. I hate that saying. I hate it so much.
Yeah. Or like more serious note, like say someone's like, oh, like I just had a miscarriage. And someone's like, oh, well, that's not bad. Like my mom died. It's like, well,
It's like
okay,
that.
well,
That also
sucks,
sucks,
but-
but yeah.
yeah, they're both terrible. That's also, yeah, that's what I meant by badge of honor. I loved how Taylor mentioned attention too. Like, look at me, I'm a victim.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry that happened to you. I don't want to downplay what happened to you, but the attention you get isn't as rewarding as it would be moving on and using those lessons.
Beautifully.
That's why I looked over on the video. They see me look over because a shoe got thrown at me to, hey, check your phone.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for the extra insight. Yeah, my wife
Yes,
watches
thank
too.
you,
She enjoys.
Ben's producer, and my sister, who likes
It would have
to
been
pop my
funnier if a
pimples.
shoe just hit me in the face. Just like,
Just pop.
Wham! We love our wives and family. Okay, that's our other lesson for the day. Love your family.
yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought about one more thing as we wrap up.
Go for it.
Go for it. Jump in.
Don't use happiness as an excuse to be comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
The moment complacency begins is the moment progression ends.
Agreed.
I don't want to do this hard thing. Oh, do what makes you happy. No, that's just an excuse to not do something.
Because
It makes me... Yeah, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, generally, if you do that hard thing, it increases your happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Overcoming
You
something
can't-
hard is awesome.
You can't better yourself without going through something hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's in those life challenges you develop that sense of self, that identity. And then it's just, yeah, don't not do something because you're happy. I put up air quotes for you guys.
Happy.
Because I'm happy where I'm at. No, you're not happy. You're just complacent.
Yeah.
Happiness is, it's kind of the joy thing where I talked about. If you want that lasting happiness, like, take pride in overcoming certain trials.
Heck yeah, push yourself to be better. There's always stuff everyone can improve on. None of us are perfect, nor do we claim to be. There's
On the
always
flip
something.
side, though, wait, did you say accept me? Hey.
No. No, I had a thought, but then I realized.
No, I thought Ben said
accept.
accept Taylor.
Oh,
Yeah,
except
I said that. Nobody's perfect, except
Oh. No, I'm not
Taylor.
perfect. Are you kidding me?
Taylor.
On the flip side, though, if someone, like, you don't always want to do something that's hard because other people are pushing you to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there is a line, but, like...
Yeah.
And sometimes people pushing you to do something is good, but a lot of the times, if you're not doing something because you want to do it, it's just not... You don't get what you need to out of it. Does that make sense? It's like, that's part of the reason I dropped out of college. I came to the realization that the only reason I was still even trying to go to college was because certain people were just pushing and pushing that you need to do this, you have to do this. And the second I went, no, enough is enough. I'm my own person. I don't need to listen to them. And I did what I thought was best for me and my family. Everything changed.
Yeah.
So, yes, do hard things. Absolutely. And sometimes the hard thing is saying, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But yes,
Boundaries.
push yourself.
Boundaries.
I'm not saying don't push yourself, but just know when you should be, learn when you should be pushing yourself and when you're just trying to when you're just letting other people push you.
Yeah.
Boundaries.
Yeah. Do it for you, not because the world tells you to.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like the beauty products and things. They're always like, oh, buy this, this $2,000 makeup kit because you need to look a certain way. Like,
Makeup's overrated and stupid,
You
and
don't.
I think the industry should die out.
hot take.
That is an episode for another time.
That is just my opinion, but, I am wholly against companies that's entire marketing strategy is saying, you're not good enough. Use our product to make yourself better. It is stupid, it's demoralizing, and it's wrong.
Bungie.
Shut up, Ben.
Beautiful. Dang. No hesitation either. Just
Bungie.
Bungie doesn't say the player's not good enough. They just say their staff's not good enough. There's a difference.
Sorry, no, you had a point. Sorry.
Thanks for ruining my point, Ben. I really appreciate that.
did he ruin it or did he punctuate it?
I think he just I think he just slipped in a left hook. That's what I think he did.
Truth. Truth.
The truth hurts sometimes. No.
No, moral of today's podcast. You are worth it. Do what makes you happy. Figure out what lasting happiness is.
And set boundaries.
And there's no problem with treating yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Treat yourself.
Enjoy the little things. In fact, in the comments, what do you guys do to relax and find your inner happiness? What do you guys do? If it's something weird and gross, though, you can keep that happiness to yourself.
That's not
Yeah.
I don't want to
go
know
into
what
fetishes.
we don't
need
want to
that.
know what fruits
No.
go in what areas. Just
If you feel like
you know.
if you have fetishes, good for you. But we don't want to hear about them. Keep them to yourself.
Nothing hits different than a dragon fruit.
Just shut up. Nope. What did we
Oh,
just
no.
say?
Sorry.
Oh, that's why it's an eggplant for that emoji. Oh no! Help! I killed
Okay.
Taylor.
Complete side tangent. Just imagine if like you went to play Baldur's Gate and you did a male dragonborn and it was just an eggplant.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh boy, sorry.
Hey, we
that
mentioned
popped
it
into my
again,
head when you
Baldur's
said
Gate.
that.
We got Baldur's Gate in another episode. Well,
But
oh.
back to what we were saying, I feel like this episode went in a complete different direction than we were all expecting, but
I liked
It's
it.
good.
It still was positive. I just wanted this episode to just be something positive, whether we learned something or taught
I'll
something or
say-
just happy. Happy. That's
I
all
think it
wanted.
was just one big positive message. I hope.
I think it was.
Next week's episode is going to be negative.
We hate you.
And everything you stand for.
Wow. Shots fired.
No,
Next
we love
week's
you.
episode, we're going to tell you to go look in the mirror and call out all the negatives you see. Please don't do that. I beg
That
you.
makeup-
You're a beautiful
that-
person.
That makeup company, they do know best. Listen to every word they say.
I'll
do
fight
it.
you on that, Devin.
Just
Fisticuff.
You buy that next season pass on the new skins.
Shut up. Just because I'm going to do it doesn't mean you need to call it out, Ben, okay?
I didn't say a game.
Growth is important, Taylor.
Everyone knows exactly what you were referencing, okay? Everyone knows.
Yeah, World of Warcraft, right?
Oh, that game. I hate that
Yeah.
game.
Well,
Regicide Orange.
I think I have
Love you.
I think I have a perfect way to end this happy, positive episode.
All right.
First off, thank you all for watching. We really do love you. I was kidding about the hating joke. Two, I think we should do a nice breathing exercise to close this wonderful episode out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Together, take a big... You guys can do this at home. Please do it, because I want everyone to wonder why everyone's doing this. Everyone take a nice big breath in through your nose. And slowly release out of your gullet. Once again.
Golden?
Yeah, gullet.
So, for the record, that really hurts my nose because I have a deviated sinus and it burns when I have too much oxygen going in one nostril.
All right, everyone but
Taylor's crying.
everyone else but Taylor. I forgot about your deviated septum. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Now, my camera's gonna die. We gotta end it quick.
We gotta end it. Okay. We love you all. Bye, everybody.
Bye.